At 2:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this afternoon, in the Arabian Sea, a massive Iranian cargo ship just made a decision that would change everything. Not a military decision, not a strategic calculation, a choice. The kind of choice that gets made in the moment when pride meets power, when defiance meets consequence, when a captain standing on the bridge of a 275-meter vessel looks at the warship in front of him and decides he will not turn around. What happened next, captured on video and broadcast to every screen on the planet within hours, became one of the most dramatic demonstrations of American naval power in the 21st century. And the lesson it taught is the same lesson that was written in Fire and
Naval power in the 21st century. And the 0:41:41 seconds lesson it taught is the same lesson that was written in Fire and Seawater in this exact same region 38 years ago when Iran 0:49:49 seconds tests the United States Navy. The response is not negotiation. It is not hesitation. It is immediate, 0:56:56 seconds overwhelming, and absolutely final. 0:59:59 seconds. Welcome to Dr. Elena Harris. If you're new here, this channel is your deep dive source for the military, geopolitical, 1:0:51 minute, 5 seconds in economic stories that are reshaping the world. What you're about to hear is the story of how a single Iranian cargo ship tried to defy an American naval 1:1:41 minute, 14 seconds blockade, and what the United States Navy did in response. So, make sure you are subscribed. Tap that subscribe button right now because what happened on April 1:2:31 minute, 23 seconds 19th, 2026 in the Arabian Sea is a lesson that every military planner, 1:2:81 minute, 28 seconds every geopolitical strategist, and every nation watching this crisis needs to understand. The United States Navy does 1:3:61 minute, 36 seconds not bluff. The ship at the center of this confrontation was called the MV Touska. Understanding what the Touska represents requires understanding scale. 1:4:61 minute, 46 seconds. She was 275 m long. That is 92 feet from bow to stern. She displaced nearly as 1:5:41 minute, 54 seconds much tonnage as an aircraft carrier. She was carrying containers stacked 7 high across her deck. She was not a fast 2:0:22 minutes, 2 seconds attack boat. She was not a frigate. She was a commercial cargo vessel. So massive that the idea of physically stopping her seemed almost theoretical. 2:1:32 minutes, 13 seconds, but there was a problem. A very serious problem. The Touska was Iranian-flagged. 2:1:92 minutes, 19 seconds. She was owned by Mossacar Darya Shipping Company, an entity that had been under United States Treasury sanctions since 2012. 2:2:72 minutes, 27 seconds. She was transiting the Arabian Sea at 17 knots on a direct course for Bandar Abbas, one of Iran's most critical 2:3:52 minutes, 35 seconds ports. And between her and that port sat something she was not supposed to cross, 2:4:12 minutes, 41 seconds. United States naval blockade. To understand why the Touska's captain made the choice he made, you need to understand what that blockade meant. 2:5:02 minutes, 50 seconds. Since April 13th, the United States had been enforcing what military analysts were calling the most comprehensive maritime interdiction operation in the 2:5:92 minutes, 59 seconds Persian Gulf since Operation Nest Will in 1987 and 1988. Every vessel attempting to enter or exit an Iranian 3:0:83 minutes, 8 seconds port was being intercepted. Every ship was being turned around. The blockade was not theoretical. It was absolute. By 3:1:63 minutes, 16 seconds the time the Touska entered the Arabian Sea on April 19th, the United States Navy had already redirected. 3:2:33 minutes, 23 seconds commercial vessels, 25 ships that had approached the blockade perimeter, 3:2:83 minutes, 28 seconds received warnings, assessed the situation, and made the smart decision. 3:3:23 minutes, 32 seconds, they turned around. The Touska did not turn around. And that decision set in motion a sequence of events that would 3:3:93 minutes, 39 seconds be studied in naval mines for decades. At approximately 1,400 hours local time, the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile 3:473 minutes, 47 seconds destroyer USS Spruance detected the Touska on radar. The Spruance is not a ship you want to see on your radar screen if you 3:553 minutes, 55 seconds are planning to do something the United States Navy does not want you to do. She is over 500 feet long. She displaces 9,000 tons. She carries a crew of 329. For 064 minutes, 6 seconds she is armed with Tomahawk cruise missiles, torpedoes, standard interceptors for ballistic missile defense, and a 5 inches 45 Malawian Quachas naval gun that 4:164 minutes, 16 seconds can fire 20 rounds per minute with a range of over 13 miles. The Spruance had been operating as part of the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group. She had been enforcing the blockade for 6 days. Her crew had intercepted vessels before. They knew the procedures. They knew the protocols, and 4:344 minutes, 34 seconds they knew what was about to happen if the Touska did not change course. The captain of the Spruance ordered the ship to close the distance, and then the 4:424 minutes, 42 seconds warnings began. The first radio transmission went out at 1,410 hours. For 474 minutes, 47 seconds motor vessel Touska. This is United States Navy warship on your starboard beam. You are approaching a restricted maritime zone. You are ordered to alter 4:564 minutes, 56 seconds course immediately and proceed away from Iranian territorial waters. Acknowledge this transmission. There was no 5:035 minutes, 3 seconds response. The Touska maintained course 17 knots toward Bandar Abbas. The Spruance transmitted again and again. The 5:115 minutes, 11 seconds warnings were broadcast on multiple frequencies, emergency maritime channels, commercial shipping channels, 5:175 minutes, 17 seconds military frequencies. Every transmission was recorded. Every warning was logged. 5:225 minutes, 22 seconds. The United States Navy was building a record that would be legally unassailable. But more than that, they were giving the Touska every possible 5:305 minutes, 30 seconds opportunity to avoid what was coming next. 1 hour passed. The Touska did not respond. The Spruance maintained position,